Update 5.7 has arrived in Marvel Strike Force with some controversy and some questions surrounding this update. We're going to discuss what we know so far about this update. And if you're ready for that, guys, find that like button and let's go smash it. We are taking a look at this update here with a bunch of stuff that just dropped. First, 3 new playable characters, Omega Red, Lady Deathstrike, and Silver Samurai, but he is not in the game right now. If we go to the roster, we go all the way down to the roster, we see Lady Deathstrike, she is right here, boom. We see Omega Red, the next mythical legendary character coming to Marvel Strike Force, but Silver Samurai, nowhere to be found, and I think some of that is explained in the latest blog post that was released after the update notes. So let's go check out what it says on Tuesday, September 28th, yesterday. The dev team released the first look at the character model for Silver Samurai. And if you guys did not check out yesterday's video, this is what it looks like. There. Silver Samurai with this, and I think the controversial thing right here is that Rising Sun version of the Japan flag. And if we want to see it in action in his in-game screen, we do have the what is that called? The footage, here it is. Here's the footage that we can see that in action. And this is what he was supposed to look like when he was in the game. But apparently, yeah, it's not going to look like that when he arrives in the game. I'm not sure when he's going to arrive, but this blog post says, we have heard some significant concerns with the symbol on Silver Samurai's chest and its historical associations with military subjugation in certain regions. We do not intend to endorse this message. So, yes, apparently in Japan during World War II, they used that Rising Sun symbol, and it's with people in China, Korea. From what I understand, it's kind of it has that same connotation as that Nazi symbol. So they're going to be removing that. They're taking action to address the design by removing the symbol of the character model by next week. We greatly appreciate that players brought this to our attention so quickly that we can move swiftly on our end to address it. The dev teams wants to be considerate of all cultural sensitivities. We apologize that this was not fully examined in our early development process. We worked hard to consider issues like this in the future to best ensure the best experience for all players. So, yeah, not a controversy that I'm familiar with. I am part Japanese, but I did not grow up in Korea. I did not grow up in China, where that symbol means has a very different meaning than it does in the US. All right, here we go. Back to the release notes here. In addition to those characters that we saw, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red, we're also getting some kit changes to these other characters, Wolverine and Sabretooth. We're going to talk about that a little bit down in the blog post because it's towards the end. Now, new costumes that have arrived in the game. There's also some older costumes that we see in the splash screen that have been in previous versions of the game, but just not available yet. And there's a bunch of them. Now, before we go into the game to look at the costumes, I do want to show you guys that splash screen here and zoom in a little bit on this. We see a costume for Venom here, which is described. We see this older costume, that Dawn of X costume for Emma Frost. We also see this, who I believe in the background here is X-23. Now, this may have been the character that they were talking about, that fourth character. Maybe X-23 was supposed to be another character, but as with a lot of these splash screens, they don't really mean anything as far as hints. They're just designs that may or may not have been included at one time. But yes, very, very interested to see that. Let's go take a look at some of the other costumes. I think we know what some of them look like. So the first one that is discussed here is that Weapon X costume for Wolverine. Let's go check it out, see what that looks like in the game. We have seen previews of that previously, and yes, looks very strong. Let's take a look at. It looks cool. I don't know about the strength of that related to the costume, but I like the looks of it. Emma Frost is the other one. This has been in game for a little bit here, and this is that Dawn of X costume, and it looks like we also have that Dawn of X costume for Cyclops now, which we did see detailed in that early 2021 blog post preview, and it looks like it's finally arriving in the game. Where is Cyclops? Here he is. Let's go take a look at this costume here, and we also got a new costume for Venom. So we're going to take a look at that. This looks, I thought there was a little darker. I thought there was a black costume. Looks like it's a blue one. So I'm not sure if this was changed. But last but not least, let's take a look at Venom. Now, I do like the looks of that costume based on the splash screen. But the only thing is, if I'm using my symbiote and I got my Absolute Carnage paired along this guy, they just don't look like they have that unity in that team. But that's just me. That's just a personal preference. Let me know your thoughts on these costumes, guys. Is this adding to your experience? Is this something that doesn't even matter for you guys? Let's go back to the blog post though to look at some of the other things. All right, this is probably the other big thing here. Assemble your secret Avengers with Nick Fury, Winter Soldier for the Omega Red Mythic Legendary event, the Red Death. And that is one of the big questions that we have here with this update. How are secret Avengers gonna be farmable? Now, I think the worst place that you could put characters is in a war store or in that new arena orb. Now, what the Valley Club was mentioning this morning, we just got Phyla-Vell added to that arena orb, so probably the hardest character is gonna be in that war store. And based on the release, Maria Hill was a blitz, Sharon Carter was an event, and Captain Sam was a double strike pass. The worst release in that, Captain Sam by far, so probably going to end up in the war store. Other likely candidates, if they're not going to go back to that arena orb, are that blitz store. And since Sharon Carter was so readily available in her event, probably going to end up there. And I know Maria Hill. Those are my guesses. And yes, I like the logic that the Valley Club used in this morning, but those are my guesses. Let me know your guesses as far as where this Secret Avengers team is going to be released and when. That is the most important thing. When is it going to be enough time for the people that did not get these strike passes? Is it going to be enough time to farm Captain Sam? Is it going to be enough time to farm Maria Hill or Sharon Carter? I think a lot of people, if they went hard in their event, Sharon Carter should be the easiest one to get shards for, but we will see. I do want to get your guesses though on that, but those are my guesses, and I am hoping, I know this is Scopely, and I know this is probably a little too optimistic, but I'm hoping next week is when we get these, and then we get at least 2 weeks to farm, 2 or 3 weeks to farm them before the Omega Red, but probably not the case. Probably a little too overly optimistic. All right, from a top squad, the limited time honorable trade for the Silver Samurai event, Curse of Muramasa, who is a famous sword maker in Japan. I was thinking that this would be the character that is released alongside this update, but as you may know, you go into your purchases, your store right now, no new characters to be purchased. Maybe that will change as server reset. We still have a few hours till server reset. We got the new Teal Gear, the augmented Teal Gear. And as we see, it is in the game right now. We can take a look at it. It is available for purchase in the supply store and the war store. And there's a bunch of offers for that new Teal Gear. Here we go. These augmented basic catalyst parts. So yes, it's not called advanced or superior. Augmented is the new name. 4 of these for 240K. 2 of the focus catalyst parts for 90K, so 45K each, and 60K each of these. And then same thing for this damage parts. We also see some of them in the war store. I actually bought one of the mini uniques that had popped up here. Not sure who I'm going to need it for. Maybe Doc Ock, maybe Red Guardian down the road. Did not purchase any of these. I do want to see what the raids bring, but it doesn't look like it's too promising. If we go and check out the rewards for Doom 2, which is in the game right now, before I actually join this thing, I want to check out the rewards here. The rewards for reaching tier 1 in Doom 2, all these ranks, are getting these Teal Gears here. So 4,000 for hitting 30%. So that is 2 of these Teal Gear orbs. And tier 2, you're getting a little more. Tier 3, you're getting even more. But some of these alliances getting that ISO 8 level 1, the blue ISO 8, which you're also getting for these Doom 2 raids. So decent rewards and some pretty good first time rewards as well. If we take a look at what the first time rewards are, as you finish this, you're getting 60,000 of these. So that is 30 of these orbs. But yes, per tier, you're getting 1,000 per tier. And then I think that is in addition to what you're getting for those the tier that they described earlier. So that is what we got. Oh, actually, I'm wrong on that. We're on the normal difficulty. My alliance is not on difficulty 1 or difficulty 2 or difficulty 3, but these are what the rewards are once your alliance get there. This probably could be a raid that lasts for over a year in the game. So yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be something long-term down the road to finish this, but Teal Gear, it is available, the augmented gear, and yes, Doom 2. You can start that right now to start to get that if you are at that level with your alliance. Yes, you're earning more blue ISO 8s. You're earning more Teal Gear in this. Raid updates. The completion percentage requirement to unlock higher difficulties of the Greek raids, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, has been reduced. So that is good for alliances that are not yet on 4.3. Alliance War updates. The War Ready trait getting more energy. when we're starting. Room bonuses, defensive teams, a lot of stuff. We covered that in a video previously, but if we go back, there is some things that are not exactly jiving with what it says in the in-game mail and what it says here. So as far as what the war ready trait is, if we go down to the bottom of what that war ready trait is, as the war ready trait give characters boosted stats when defending room, the hangar, or a cargo bay in Alliance War. Now that is different from what we saw on the 27th, 2 days ago, in this blog post here describing what those bonuses are. Now it says in this blog post, the cargo bay no longer grants random positive effects. It is gonna get, it's gonna grant 20% primary stats, and the primary stats damage, health, armor, focus, and resist to defensive characters with a war ready trait. And the hangar still grants deflect on offense, but it grants 10% primary stats to offense characters with a war ready trait. So I guess we will see exactly what is occurring in the game, but one of the blog posts is not correct. And actually the blog post that we got today matches what it says about the war ready trait in the in-game mail. So we'll have to see. Another big question that we don't know the answer to yet, unless you guys are in a war right now. Let me know in the comments. My war doesn't start till 2 p.m. tomorrow. The new negative trait that is offered by Omega Red Trauma. This is going to prevent negative effects being removed or flipped. Suggested device requirements will now pop up display devices. If whatever device you're on is not meeting the requirements of the game. Tier rings have been updated to be more distinct and easily identifiable. Check them out in a new roster and hero screen. So let's go check them out. Let's see if we have anything that makes the tiers a little easier to define. I guess so. Yeah, I guess with these circles around it, like this one circle around Daredevil there, it is different from the 2 circles around Iceman. So yeah, or the circle around Nick Fury. So yeah, those are the characters. I guess that is true. It is a little more easily identifiable. Some bug fixes. My goodness, we've been waiting for a lot of these. They've teased a lot of bug fixes coming in update 5.7. So we had a text update to Nick Fury's passive because that was a text update, not really needing too much testing here. All right, so this was broken Deathpool. I have not tested this yet. If you guys have tested this, let me know if this is still broken or if it's working as intended here. The ability Death Comes to All will now prompt Deathpool to attack if she deals the final blow to an enemy with her basic, special, or ultimate ability. Because before this update dropped, if she killed an enemy in the raid, she was supposed to do an extra attack. Let's see if that does that now. Her special ability, Defense Macabre, wasn't spraying negative effects. If the attack target is killed, it should be doing that now. Let me know if it is not. Kestrel's passive ability, Dimension Hopper, was sometimes not clearing her charge at the end of her turn if Kestrel blocked an enemy summon character. And there's a bunch of other ones here. Nothing too major. Some minor changes here, but I think the big one that as far as the bugs is Deathpool. Let's see if she's working correctly. We talked about the Alliance War changes, like I said the other day, but I think the big thing that we got with this Alliance War is practice mode. And the way to access practice mode, if you want to go and do some practice, if you're in an off-war period, if you're not in that matchmaking period, or you're not trying to win the war, and you go into war, very easily, you just go into your set defenses and you don't click on your defense, you click on any of your alliance mates' defense and it'll go there. So if we go into the game right now, go into that set defense portion of the game, loading a little slowly here. And there we go. All right, so if I go to any room here, let's just go to the flight deck here. And if we go and practice, boom, we can practice against this team here or any of our alliance mates teams with, boom, with anyone we want. Now, the thing is, we're not going to get these room bonuses. So it's as if these characters were in the flight deck. You're not getting any bonuses from that. So some of the security bonuses, some of the armory bonuses, some of the barrack bonuses that you might getting, apparently, at least the word on the street is they're not going to be applied. Who knows if that's what it actually is in game, but that's what it's supposed to be. War energy, you're going to start with 4 instead of 2. The cap is raised from 5 to 10. And this may have a bad effect on competitive alliances, especially if not everybody can start at that same time. We talked about that war ready trait, a little confusing, but the cargo bay and the hangar, we will see actually what happens in the game. And we have some different room bonuses here that was described in the previous blog post. Character updates the big thing here, they got some updates to their kits, but the big thing here, they got some upgrades to their stats. Now they're not in the bottom half of the game. They're actually in the top portion of some of the characters. Some of them, Wolverine and Sabretooth, some of them brings their stats up into the top 20 as far as this. And we talked about their full kits in yesterday's video, but some good changes here. Wolverine, lots of extra damage, bringing him into one of the higher damaging characters, and some changes to his kits, mainly to work well with this Weapon X team and just to bring them updated stats. That is the major portion of this update, guys. Let me know your favorite parts of it. Let me know your least favorite parts. And let me know the answer to this question. When do you think Silver Samurai, is coming to the game? Do you think it's gonna be next week when they're added, or you think they're gonna add him a little sooner, maybe with that design on his chest? I was honestly, based on this screenshot, guys, I was expecting him first in this cycle. I think my guess is that he got delayed because of the controversy surrounding the mark on his chest. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts on it, guys, and I will see you guys next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will see you guys next time. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go, and have a great rest of your day, guys. Yes, there it is. ValleyFlyin out.